Good day everyone, this is Global Education once again, and you will recall that in the last episode I talked about graph, and this particular graph is the graph of y is equals to 3 minus 2x, and then we've plotted the values of x, we've plotted the values of minus 2x, we've plotted the value of the constant 3, and then we've evaluated the value, the different values of y. So now the next step of this is to go on to plot the graph, and then I will show you how to answer the questions. So let's do that. So as you can see, this is the equation. This is the equation we solved on the board. Draw the graph of y is equal to 3 minus 2x for the values of x from minus 2 to 4 using the graph. Use the graph to find y when x is minus 14 to solve the equation 3 minus 2x is equal to minus 4. Now I haven't plotted the points. Now for the first point, you have the first point to be when x is minus 2, y will be 7. When x is minus 1, y will be 4, and so on and so forth. So using that method, you are going to be plotting the points of x with the corresponding values of y. So basically how it's done, you just trace the minus 2 on the x-axis, then trace 7 on the y-axis, and then when you've 6, trace 6 on the y-axis. Then when you've done that, you draw a faint line. You draw a vertical line from that point on the x-axis, and then you draw a horizontal line from that point on the y-axis. Then you will get a an intersection. So this one, when you trace the value of minus 2 upward, you will get to, and trace the value of 7 upward, you get an intersection. So that's how you do it. So for the next point, this is 1, 4. So you trace 1 up and it intersects with 4. You get the next point, and so on and so forth. So when you get all the points, you plot them together. You use a straight ruler to join them together. You can use any ruler. You can use a ruler like this to join them together. So after you've used your ruler to join them together, so let's answer the question. Now the first part of the question says use the graph to find y when x is minus 1.4. So very simply, just on this is the x-axis of the graph, and this is the y-axis of the graph. So what you are simply going to do is that you are just going to trace a point. You are going to look for the point of minus 1.4. This is 0, this is minus 1, and this is minus 2. So minus 1.4 will definitely lie between minus 1 and minus 2. So you are going to trace a point. You count the boxes. There are 10 boxes. So minus 1.4 will be just before the middle box.